My motivation for getting my GED, whew, you know, when I dropped out of high school, it was a very hard time in my life. My mom, she was strung out on drugs really bad. And, I come from, just a broken home in a sense. And so, school was like on the back burner for me. And then I began struggling with substance abuse. So it's something that I've always wanted to do, just life kind of just started to happen. And I think when I moved out here to California, almost 3 years ago, it was just, I wanted to completely recreate my life, right? And, it was just something about, this point in time in my journey where it felt like everything has somewhat aligned, right? And, I was like around the right people at the right time with the right resources. And I just went for it. And so, I, struggled with substance abuse myself, just a very different type of living. And, I got distracted at a young age. So I dropped out, biggest mistake. And, I think that I dropped out in the 9th grade. So me trying to go back to actually get my high school diploma, it just wasn't feasible, with all the credits that I was missing and so forth. There were multiple challenges I think that I honestly faced. One being, being 32, trying to go back to school, work a full-time job. I go to my recovery meetings, have a life, drink my water and exercise. Just trying to balance it all, I think was the biggest issue for me there in the beginning. But then I took the practice test is what it was. I went through every question on the practice test that I had missed, and I went back and reworked that. And it was great, and I realized once I got frustrated, just, hey, take a walk, take a breather, and I would circle back to it. And the rest is history. I had always dreamed of oh, what is it that you want to do when you grow up and so forth? But just, I always had to start out oh, well, I need to get my GED first. Well, oh my God, you have it now. So what is it that you want to do? Well, since I received my GED, of course, I'm more confident in myself now. You know what I mean? That's not something that, kind of weighs me down. That's not a problem that I know we have to think about. And I think that, for me, I've always wanted to be a nurse. That was always my thing as a kid. And, I'm able to do that. And I'm a college student now, something that I did not think that was going to happen for me. Yeah. And then also too, just it's just nice to say on an application and so forth, this is something that I have, I can look people in the eye. I don't have to feel oh, I'm less than or so forth because I never accomplished that one thing, What I would tell the 9th grade version of myself, the only thing that is standing, between us and this new life is ourselves, and a lot of people don't realize that. They think it's all these external factors, but really it's you, because what I personally feel is now is that any challenge, if you can meet it head on, you know what I mean? And you take principled action in doing so, I think you can overcome anything. I know that you can overcome anything. Because I stay back and I think about my own life sometimes, just how, in my early 20s, just how chaotic it was, in the dark places that I have honestly been. And to be having some of the experiences that I have today is just out of this world. Out of this world. Ask questions, be honest, and let people meet you where you are. And I think that that was the biggest thing for me is that once I learned to actually ask for help and then actually listen and utilize the help that they were giving me. It changed my life. No matter how far down in life you think that you have fallen, don't ever think that you can't get yourself out of it. Just take the first step. That's it. That's all we have to do is just take the first step, and everything else will just continue to work itself out. So, yeah. My name is Samuel Shelley, and I am a GED graduate.